In this video, we will walk you through how to deploy an AMD Solution Blueprint. The Solution Blueprints are ready-to-deploy, customizable reference applications covering a range of use cases, from standard chat interfaces to agentic frameworks that let you get started quickly. You can also build your own agentic applications using AMD Inference Microservices AIMS with many of the popular agentic frameworks. Or you can use the available AMD Solution Blueprints. This demo will show you how to deploy a Solution Blueprint, how to name your deployment, how to select a namespace and chart, and how to connect to the UI. To illustrate the deployment, we will deploy the Solution Blueprint for AutoGen Studio Agentic Platform. Let's take a look at how it works. Open a terminal on your local machine and ensure you have access to your cluster. The deployment is essentially a single command, but to explain what's happening, let's break it down line by line. First, we define the Kubernetes deployment name. This identifier allows you to track and manage the service in your environment and via standard tools like K9s. Next, we specify the Kubernetes namespace we want to deploy to. Then, we select the Solution Blueprint by pointing to its Helm chart. If you want to find the chart name for a specific Solution Blueprint, refer to the documentation or the public repository. By default, any required AIMs are deployed by the Helm chart. If you already have a compatible AIM deployed, you can reuse it instead. See the documentation for more information. With our configuration defined, we deploy the Solution Blueprint using the following command. If your cluster has a configured gateway, the HTTP route flag creates an HTTP route so you can access the Solution Blueprint through the gateway. If you don't have a gateway, you can leave this flag out. To recap, deploying a Solution Blueprint requires three things: a deployment name, a namespace, and the chart name. Everything else is handled by the Helm command. Let's go to K9s to confirm that the Solution Blueprint is starting. It is now ready. Let's connect to the AutoGen Studio UI. You have two options. One, you can use port forwarding and the following command. The UI will then be available at localhost in your browser. Two, if you enabled HTTP routing, get your access URL by running the following command. Copy the URL and paste it in your browser, opening the AutoGen Studio UI. This demo will not be a full walkthrough of AutoGen Studio, so for illustration purposes, we will focus on the web agent. Starting in the team builder, you can see that there are several predefined agent structures available. We select the web agent team from the gallery and use it as our template. This copies over an agentic structure with agents configured to perform web searches on our behalf. Now, let's move to the playground and start a new session with this team. We enter a query, for example, how much memory does the MI300X have? The agents go out to the web, gather information, and return the answer. To wrap up, Solution Blueprints are reference architectures that integrate AIMs and provide a starting point for developers. Now that you know how to deploy a Solution Blueprint, you can explore the repository and deploy the one that serves your AI use case.